Hello team, it's your boy Owen Does F1, back with another video. This time it is my Silverstone race review. Now this might be a bit of a weird one because I was there, hence the free merch. Got some nice Vegas merch in our seats. There was a bit of a fight over who got to have the baseball caps and who got the bucket hats. I was left with a baseball cap, but I didn't really get a great perspective of the whole race, so I've not watched it back either. This is purely going to be from my perspective, watching it in the stands. So first up, we had qualifying, and Sergio Perez was out early yet again, whilst it was another pole position for Max, and he's starting to look under a lot of pressure for that seat for next year. The McLaren upgrades looked very good around here. Oscar Piastri finally getting him on his car as well, putting both McLarens in the top three. And Ferrari, they looked quite good over one lap, yet again, but obviously as we saw later, not as quick in the race, and that's a big problem for them that they're going to have to try and work around. Then onto the race, we had Lando getting the overtake in turn 1 to lead the race. It's very rare to see someone other than Verstappen even leading for one lap, but eventually Max did get through and ended up cruising on to victory. But also in that turn 1 move, it looked like Oscar could have got him as well if he was a little more aggressive, but didn't want to ruin his car and wanted to keep going in his own race. So we ended up seeing Max cruise to victory, and after the safety car, it was bad timing for Piastri, who lost a position from it down into 4th, but it worked well for Lewis, who was then up into the podium places, fighting with Lando for P2, but Lando held on and kept P2. And we saw Albon further back, fighting with the Ferraris, overtaking them and finishing P8. That's great points for him. And other than that, nothing else really happened from my point of view. At least it seemed like it was probably a fairly boring race. I'm not going to do driver ratings because, as I've mentioned many times now, I didn't really have a good gauge of what was going on around around the rest of the track, and B, further back in the field. Sort of had most of our attention was on the battle near the front. So I'm going to leave it there. There'll be another Silverstone video coming out at some point talking about my experience at the track itself rather than the actual on-track action, and hoping to get the Hungary review done soon as well. So have a good day and goodbye.